my scrapping space. I'm Joni Martin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator located in Southwest Wisconsin. And I'm here to share with you an alternate card made with the June 2024 paper pumpkin. The kit is called Life is Sweet. And I shared in another video the 3 cards that you can make with this kit. But for my paper pumpkin customers, I always design 3 alternates. I've already shared one of those alternates and posted. This is what we would call the second alternate. I'm going to walk you through this step by step. Easy card to make, just a couple steps. Pretty. Wedding, anniversary, someone made it for a bridal shower. I think it'd be a great baby card. From your kit, a pink envelope, a card base with a pretty and pink card front, the word congrats, the pearls, and a piece of vellum. I'm adding to that a dark pretty and pink blends, the pretty and pink bordered ribbon, a new embossing folder called Eyelet, which I just love, and a pretty and pink card base. Let's begin with the pearls, or gems, let's call them gems. When you look at the ones that come in the kit, and then you look at mine, they look slightly different, and that's because I colored them. And you can color them with a blends. I find if you use the bullet end, you're gonna get a darker color, but the brush end is easier to use, and you can just do more than one layer. So what I'm gonna do is color them now, do some of our card, and come back and do another layer. They dry really fast because it's an alcohol marker. So the first time you color them, you may think nothing's happening, like there's no color, but it really is. And you probably can tell, even with that much, that there's a difference in color. We'll set those aside and we'll probably do one more layer. Next, let's do the embossing. This is a vellum piece that comes in your kit, and in length it is 5 1/8, and we're going to cut it in half. And if you don't want to measure in 16ths, then just cut it one piece in 2 1/2, and the other piece we're going to use for our next card, and it won't really matter. But 5 1/8, if you do it in half exactly, you're going to go to 2 1/2 and then go to the next tiny mark, which is 16ths. I'm holding it tight against the lip, and I'm going up. Okay, we're going to take one of those, and as you can see, exactly in half. One we're setting aside for the third alternate card. Another video. Now we're going to emboss this vellum, and this is a nice heavier weight vellum. I'm using the Eyelet embossing folder, which is a 3D, meaning it's a heavier impression, so I'm going to use plates 1 and 4. I'm going to put it in my embossing folder and just line it up here at the bottom. I'm going to make sure that I have fold first and my Stampin' Up logo on top. I'm going to just move a couple things here so we can get to the cut and emboss. And I don't usually use mine sideways, but I want you to see what I'm doing. So it's plates 1 and 4. 1, 4. 1 is always at the bottom, and you always have a plate on top, whether you're cutting or embossing. That protects your machine and whatever you're doing, whether you're cutting or embossing. And then you're just going to roll it through. And if it doesn't roll that easily, stop. Check that you have the correct order of plates. Make sure nothing else is getting caught in there, because whatever machine you're using should be pretty smooth. And look what a difference that makes. So this is where we started, and this is what we have now. Isn't that something? Okay, let's move on. Our card front is going on a white mat, so we just need this piece, and this piece is 3 3/4 by 5. But if I measure 5 inches from the end, I'm going to get this white piece, which I don't want. So let me show you a quick trick what we're going to do with this. We're going to cut off the white on a long side and a short side. Let's start with the long side. I'm lining up so that I see pink in what I call it the cutting gutter, like right there. That's where my blade's going to be. So you just have a pink on this side. We're going to do the same on this side. Okay, so now I have two sides. Now I'm going to measure from the solid pink side. 5 inches, 3 3/4. Now we have a card front. The first thing we're going to do is attach this embossed piece. And sometimes when you're attaching vellum, it's hard to do because you can see through vellum. When it's this heavily embossed, it's really easy. You could use a touch of green glue. I'm going to grab glue dots. There were some in your kit. You could use those. I'm just grabbing the kind that we sell that come on a roll. And you don't need a lot because we're just using glue dots on the bottom and maybe one on the side. I'm going to use tear and tape at the top, and that's really what's holding everything in. So that goes there. And I'm not sure it matters, but I'm kind of centering them over a more heavily embossed area. Like so. And then we're going to center this. We're not going to, I'm talking to myself now, not you guys. I spend way too much time trying to decide if something's in the center. I'm just going to eyeball it. They're going to be so, whoever gets this card is going to be so happy that they got a beautiful handmade card from you. They're not going to fuss if we're off 1/8 of an inch. Now I'm cutting 6 inches of ribbon, and I realize that my bottom part of my glass plate is out of the camera, but I have a measuring at the bottom of the plate, and so that makes it so much easier. And then I don't know that there's a right or a wrong side to the ribbon, but there's a difference. So the side you like, flip that over, grab some tear and tape, which is also in your kit. I'm just grabbing a roll I have handy here, and we're going to put tear and tape on the back. I love using tear and tape for ribbon. It holds firmly, it's easy to use. But before we attach, let's come back to our lovely little pearls and let's give them one more coating. Just like that. There we go. And you can do this with really almost any white embellishment you have. Someone in class said, oh, I have a bunch of little pearls at home. I don't like pearls, but if I could color them. So there's your tip. You can go home and change those. You can change those embellishments. All right, I'm removing this. One of the things I love about crafting on a glass plate, which is just today became available for customers, is that my tape isn't going to stick to it. So I always line things up on grid paper. You see me do that. But then when I lay down something with tear and tape, I catch it on the paper. Oh, there we go. And I didn't catch that one. Let's lay this flat again. And I'm going to catch this side right there on that grid line and this side there. And it's not going to rip my paper, and I'm not going to paper attach because when I come up, it's coming up from glass. All right, let's assemble this card. Really, guys, that's all there is to this. So I'm going to use a tape runner. You could use any kind of glue you like for the back. You're attaching flat surface to flat surface, meaning nothing's embossed here. So you can use whatever adhesive you like. And that's going to go there. Our card base is a standard card base, 8.5 by 5.5. I'm going to fold that. There we go. And that can go on the front of there. And then we have the congrats, which you could use the mini dimensionals that come in the kits if you want to pop it up. I'm going to use our multi-purpose glue. It's really strong, and I'm just going to have that flat. Now, I'm going to use enough glue to catch it, but not so much that I want it leaking out. But notice how I'm kind of putting it a little bit on every letter. Go like that. And there we go. Doesn't want to come out for me. And then I'm going to center this over my embossed piece. And the good news is with the multi-purpose glue, I can move it around. There's that. We're almost done. We're going to grab our pearls that we've colored, and we're going to use 3. I attach embellishments in an odd number, typically 3, and in a roughly triangular shape. And a roughly triangular shape means one embellishment is by itself and the other 2 are together. That's it. Like, seriously, how easy was this card to come together? We used as many pieces from the kit as we did. We just add a few things in, and you could change it up with any of the card fronts that were in there, make it your own card. So easy peasy. And again, these are the cards that came in the paper pumpkin kit, and this is alternate 2. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it more than you know. Until next time, take care and keep crafting. It's good for you.